So anyway, I'm out here in Davenport, Florida, and we are at Lennar, and we're at Wynnstone, and I'm Rich Noto, your construction trained realtor, Florida licensed realtor, Florida licensed home inspector, Florida noted public with loans on age certification. Like I just said, your construction trained realtor. So let's go inside and take a look at this house. You know how passionate I am about getting a well-built house. You never want to screw it up. You only have one chance. And I always wonder if, like, some people, like, just because of how they treat buying a house, like, do some people put more effort into buying a couch or like a TV or like a table and chairs for the house? Like, do they put more thought into it than a house? I mean, the house is only the largest purchase most people will make. Anyway, this house looks really nice. It's Jefferson. I like how it looks. But again, contact me first. You know, when you're watching this video, if you think you might buy Lennar anywhere, any community from Lennar, you know, contact me. Let's do it the right way. So wherever in the state of Florida, I can help you. You're buying new construction, let me know. A lot of stuff you need to know. Over there, they're using that WeatherLogic, which is like zip system, so you need to know about that, because if that's not installed right, and then on top of that's going to be the siding, which is probably James Hardie siding, you know, you could have a nightmare of a house. So just keep that in mind. You don't want to have to rip that off. Okay, so when we first walk in, feels kind of wide. Ceiling height is higher than I can touch, and I could usually touch like an 8 foot tall ceiling. Now the house is pretty much gonna come with everything you see. So this is kind of like the standard. You're gonna get what you see here. This is the garage, which is a sales office right now. So we're not gonna go in there. But everything that you see, quartz countertops, cabinets like this, as of right now, which, a lot of the stuff could change at any time. You always have to, consider it. You're going to get your appliances as well. But again, that could change, Here's your pantry. And here's your storage under the stairs, and you can see just how much paint it could hold. So pretty big storage underneath the stairs. Buying a new house can be an amazing experience. And I always feel bad when I see those people online that were a victim of bad sales, bad construction, stuff like that. I've been the victim as well in the past, so I know what it's like. And, my customers are not victims. We're smart from start to finish. So there's no covered patio here, lanai. This has a little overhang thing. And I'm just going to walk back to that because I believe I just happened to look at the holes briefly in the soffit, and yeah, looks like they're using the better soffit. At least on this house they did, the soffit panels. Yeah, that's much better than the cheapest kind, which is just a hole. See, that's why you have to know construction, because a lot of people wouldn't even think twice about that. And you can see I spotted it like right away, just walking around with the camera too. And it caught my eye. So here's your full bathroom, which is wonderful to see on the first floor. I like that. So it looks like a decent size bedroom, which they turned into an office. Yeah, good sized closet. It utilizes the wall space. That's what I always look at. Oh, big gap. Big gap. Yeah, look at that. Probably going to make some adjustments on that closet door. Now let's go up and see what we see on the second floor. Oh, that's nice. There's a small loft. Let's go left here and see what we see. Got a closet. And is there a light? Ah, there it is. So very nice. This must be the master bedroom. That's pretty big because what you have here is you have 3 pieces of furniture, and builders never put 3 pieces of furniture in small bedrooms. Well, maybe I shouldn't say never, because sometimes I've seen it where they've been overstuffed, but you know, typically they don't. So usually when it's a larger room, they'll you know, add an extra piece of furniture or 2. It's a big closet. Wow. Yeah, good closet. Like you know, again, if you're potentially thinking about having children and you want the child to be closer, you could easily put like the playpen or the crib in here. That's one of the nice things about these closets. I know most people look at it just for clothes, but you know, if you think about it a little bit more, it's a great place to have a child close by, at least when they're younger. So again, you know, the home's going to come with the tile like you see it. Everything's just like you see it. And with the quartz countertop. Let's take a look at this loft again. Yeah, pretty good sized bedrooms in this house. Definitely a nice size. And the laundry room. Let's see, is there a light for the laundry room? Where are you? There you are. Alright, so a little bit larger than the smallest size laundry room. The smallest size laundry room would be just enough to kind of squish your washer and dryer in there. This is a good sized bedroom. Wow, look at that. So the closet kind of stops. Oh, okay. The closet kind of stops around here. And over here, another bedroom. I forgot what the square footage of this was. Gonna have to look on the way out again. Kind of like this. I'm looking at the fish. Nice. Very creative. Okay, fishing rods on the wall. Little closet. And another bedroom. And the shared bathroom. So the shared bath, let's see, there's one sink. And your tub. And your toilet in the closet. So this is what I was talking about when I was saying that, a tile on the walls are typically an upgrade from like the plasticky type of shower backing. Now, it's not to say that like I don't like this. I do like it because I like all the shelves. But, that's typically not an upgrade. Okay, so what do I think about this house? I think that the floor plan is a nice floor plan, and it's probably good for like a decent sized family because the second floor, let's move this back a little bit, or a lot bit, feels pretty good. The loft feels pretty good. It's a small loft, but it's a loft, but nonetheless, it's not like, like there's no loft like some of the homes have. I also like that the first floor has the bathroom. So there's that full bathroom on the first floor. Tub and the tub, shower, and that's where I'm headed right now, actually, right here. The tub and the shower and the sink, along with the bedroom, which is nice because, if you have like an older relative or somebody that, unfortunately, can't walk up the stairs, they could live down here, and it's close to the kitchen as well. So, they could eat, they could do their thing. The living room is here as well, so it's kind of nice. And then the upstairs is, kind of flexible as well, where, the upstairs has the loft and all that stuff too. So just, something to keep in mind. And please check out my website at richnotohomes.com. You can always find the latest homes for sale at the bottom of Beach Communities page. And before I forget, over here in this area is going to be a pool or some kind of pool club.